So let's start now.
So I had a question.
Yes.
For lesson 3.6, we are taking the distance formula for finding the distance.
To find the distance, in case if I will ask you to find the distance between any 2 points.
So we'll use the distance
The
formula.
distance formula, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, then I want to check with you what is the difference between external and internal angles. In case we have 2 parallel lines like this, and we have a transversal. When we have 2 parallel lines and a transversal, we will find that we have many angles inside this 2 parallel lines. So I can donate them by angle 1, angle 2, 3, 4, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, and 7, and 8. And we have many relations between angles in this figure in front of us. So I said that this is angle 2, and this is angle what, 3, 4, 5. So we have alternate interior and we have alternate exterior. Alternate, we will find that alternate, it should be one right and one left. One right and one left. So if I want to discover where is the alternate interior in this diagram in front of us, if there anyone can tell me the number of angles which it will represent interior alternate, give me an example about alternate interior. So I said at the
3,
beginning,
6.
3, 6, 4,
yes,
5.
3, 6, and 4 and 5. So I'm going here to shade this one. So this is represent alternate interior. This is the first one, and this is the second. So this is alternate interior. With me, Hannah? Okay, we have another example for alternate interior.
Yes, miss.
We have this one and this one. Okay, then this is the position for the alternate interior angles. When we back to the diagram, so we will find that what, 4 and 5, 3 and 6, this is called alternate interior angles. Where we can find alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Where we can find them. Could you please tell me the number of alternate exterior angles?
1 and 8 and 2 and 7.
1 and 8, 2 and 7. 1 and 8, 2 and 7. As I said before, it should be one right and one what? And one left. Then I want now to determine where we can find 1 and 8. So where is the alternate exterior? So this is the first one. Okay, and this one too. This is called alternate exterior. One left and one right. And this too. This and this. Okay, then if I want to write them as a numbers, then it will be 1 and 8, 3 and 7. If I want to draw a figure, so I can say that this angle with this angle, this is alternate exterior. And also I have another pair.
Miss, they are equal in measures, huh?
Yes, they should be equal in measure. They should be equal in measure.
They are
equal in measure. So we have alternate interior angles. Like what, grade 9, alternate interior angles, which we can see it here in this diagram. It will be what? Angle what? Alternate interior. Angle what? Angle 3 and angle
6.
3 and 6. Yes, 3 and 6. What else we have? Alternate interior. Alternate interior. We said 3 and 6.
4 and 5.
4
4
and
5
5.
and angle 5. Okay, and both they should be equal in measure. So I wrote alternate interior angles, angle 3 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 5. We have alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Could you please give me an example about alternate exterior angles? Alternate exterior angles like
1 or
what?
8.
Like 1 and 8. Angle
1
1
8.
angle 1
equal angle.
so
8.
angle 8
Yes. Is there any other pair? Angle 2.
angle 2 with angle 7
2
with
2.
angle 7. And also they should be equal in measure. Is there any other pair? We can see it here. Huh? We can find what? We can find corresponding
Corresponding.
angles. So we have corresponding angles and they should be in the same side of the transversal and also they will be equal in measure. Is there anyone can give me an example, please? Angle what? Corresponding, like angle 2
2 and 6
and angle 2 and angle 6. This is corresponding. What else?
6
What else? We said angle 2 and angle 6. What else? Angle 1 with
and
1
angle 5
angle 5. Exactly. Is there any other pair of corresponding angles?
Yes.
yes
Have what?
Number 3 and 7.
3 and 7, 4 and
4
and
8.
8
Yes, and they should be equal in measure. The last one, we have interior angle, or we can say consecutive interior angle, or we can say same side interior angle. So I will write them up. Same side of interior angle, same side interior angles. Like what? Grade 9. Same side
4 or
interior
6.
angles. Like angle 4, exactly. And angle 6. They will be equal in
5 or
measure.
3.
They will be equal in
No,
measure. Same side of
supplementary.
interior angles. Angle 4 and angle 6. They should be what? They should be
180.
supplementary angles. They should be 180 degrees. Do we have another same side interior angles again?
Yes, 5 or 3.
Yes, we have 5 and 3, and their sum should be equal 180 degrees.
180.
Thank you.
Supplementary angles.
Supplementary angles. And also we can find vertical angles. Here it's in this diagram, like 1 and 4, 2 and 3. This is called vertical angles, and also they should be
5 and 8.
equal in measure. 5 and 8, 6 and 7, and
6
so
or
on.
7.
Okay, this was your question, Hannah? Hannah? Understood the difference between alternate interior and
Yes,
alternate
thank you.
exterior? You're welcome, honey. So we can write here, in this one, we can find a question like if I will say that x plus 15, x plus 15, and I'm going to write this angle equal 120. So be ready to answer, please. I'm going to give you questions and you will start to solve them. First question, it will be find, question number 1, find the value of x. So this is the first question. Question number 2, find measure of angle 6 and angle 4. Could you please tell me how we can solve this question? Find the value of x and then find the measure of angle 6 and angle 4. How we can solve this question? Yes, Hannah, go on.
First, we have x.
What is the relation
So we
between
will
the angle
write
which
x
he
plus
give it to
15
us?
equal 120.
Exactly. Because what is the relation between the two angles which he give it to us? They are what? Alternate exterior angles. So we have two alternate exterior angles. And we said, what is the relation between the two alternate exterior angles? They should be equal and measure.
Yeah,
This,
equal.
yes. For this
Measure.
reason, we are going to solve the equation first. It will be x plus 15 equal 120. And then we will find x equal 120. We will transfer it to the opposite side with different sign, which means x, it will be equal how many? 120 minus 15, it will be equal what? 105, right?
105.
Now, yes. Now, we are looking for this is the answer for the first question. Second, is there anyone can tell me what is the measure of angle 4? Lawah, Lawah, you entered the meeting already.
Yes, miss.
Please, could you please answer the question? Laura,
I don't know it, miss.
you don't know. Mahi Shaban, Ritesh,
Yes, miss.
could you please answer the question?
Okay. Number 6, it will be equal 105
Number 6.
because it will be like yes, it will be no, I'm sorry. It will be equal to angle 2. يعني 6 and
6 and 2.
it will be 180. Sorry. It will be 180 minus 120.
Yes. Which means it will be equal 60 degrees.
So
right?
it will
be
105.
60 degrees.
Yes.
60 degree. Because 6 and 120, this is supplementary angles. Then their sum should be equal 180, and then it will be equal 60. What about measure of angle? Measure of angle 4. How we will find measure of angle 4? Angle 4, it will be how many directly?
Miss, it will
Yes.
be vertical angles.
120.
It will be equal 120.
120.
By which relation? By which relation? Farah Mahlab, you are raising your hand, okay? By which relation? Angle 4. How did you find it's equal 120?
Because it's corresponding angles.
Because it's corresponding angles, okay? So for any diagram, we have to determine the position for the angles first.
Or vertical angle.
Vertical
or vertical
angle. Yes, or vertical angle, because we said already that angle, the angle at the top here, this one, it should be equal 120, right? So this one is 120 because they are alternate exterior angle. So we can find directly 4 by vertical angles. And then also we can say that those two together, because we have different types to solve the same question, it's the same side interior angle. So we can say that measure, so this one now equal 120, and both should be equal 180, which means the second one, this one, it will be equal 60. So as you know, we can use the different relations between angles to prove that, or to find the measure of missing angle. So we have two different types of question. We can find the position to solve the equation and then find the measure of angle. And the second type of questions to prove that the two lines are parallel. How we will prove that the two lines are parallel? In case if you have this angle equal 40 and this angle equal and this angle equal 140. So this one is 140, this one. This is line L and this is line M. Is there anyone can tell me we can prove that L and M are parallel or we can't? How we can prove that the two lines are parallel? I want to prove two lines are parallel. Okay, Jana Guda, sorry.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Jana. How we can prove that those two lines
Both are parallel.
How we can prove they are parallel or not? We don't know. So we want to prove that the two lines are parallel. How we are going to prove it?
If their slope are equal.
Slope? Is there any slope in front of us here? We studied supplementary angles, right? Listen to me, Jana. Yes, yes, Sama. Sama, you want to answer?
Jana.
Jana.
I'm Jana.
Okay. I said listen to me, Jana, because I'm going to explain it today, but someone said Mistahar. Let me continue. Here in this one, you have supplementary angles, right? Their sum together should be equal how many? Two supplementary angles. Their sum together equal how many?
100. Oh, yes.
108. Okay. So this angle now, it will be how many? 180 minus
40.
It will be 40. And what do you notice now? What do you notice now?
Corresponding angles.
Corresponding? Corresponding? No. We have one to the left and one to the right, right? Look at the transversal. Did you see the transversal? The red line, this is called transversal. You have one angle left and you have one angle right. And this position, this is called what? This is called alternate exterior angles, right? So we have alternate exterior angles, and already they are equal and measure, right? Once they are equal and measure, and they are alternate exterior angle, so we can prove that the two lines are parallel. Then we studied how we can use parallel lines to solve the question and find the missing angle. And also we studied how we can use parallel lines, two angles or the relation between angles to prove that we have two parallel lines. Also in this chapter, we studied how we can form an equation and how we can find the slope. Let me revise with you also how we can find the slope. If there anyone can remind me the methods which we explained in the class, and I said how many methods we can use it to find the slope? If you want to form
I know.
Yes, if you want to find any equation, so how many ways you can use it to find the slope?
Miss, I was not in the class yet, but I know. Can I say or no?
The video? Okay, go on.
The first way is the rise and run.
The first way is rise and run, yes.
And the second is...
Let me say something. You will use rise over run from what?
From the graph.
The graph, right? So once you have graph, so you can use rise over run, which means we are going to count how many vertical and how many horizontal, right? The change in y and change of x. What is the second method to calculate the slope?
Y equal mx plus b.
Y equal mx plus b. And where we can find the slope?
The slope will be m.
The slope, it will be m, yes. Very good. So I'm going to just a second. So here the slope, it will be the value of m. Thank you. What is the third way? Third way, how we can find the slope?
y2 minus
y2
y1
minus-
over x2 minus x1
Thank you. This in case if we have two order
points.
or 2 points, okay, or 2 order pairs, 2 order pair or 2 points, so we can use x2 x1, sorry, y1, and the second order pair is x2 and y2, and then we will use the formula. Which formula we will use?
y2 minus y1
y2
over
minus
x2 minus x1.
Exactly, so it will be y2 minus y1 over x2
Minus x1.
minus x1. And here, let me correct this one. So it will be x1, y1, and this one is x2, y2. So this in case if we have two order pair. What is the last method? What is the last method? What is the fourth one? How we can find the slope? The fourth one. How we will find it?
negative a over b.
Exactly, negative a over b. And when we can use negative a over b, if the equation written is what? Ax plus by equal c. Ax plus by equals c. And we can say that this one, this equation is written in which form? This one called standard form. Standard form equation. And we can find the slope by negative a over b. Let me give you an example here. If you have negative 3x plus 4y equal 8. How we can find the slope in this question? How you can find the slope in this question if you have negative 3x plus 4y equal 8? How we can find the slope directly?
Negative a over b.
Negative a over b. And what's negative a? It will be negative
3.
And what's a?
3.
What's a here? Is
3.
negative 3.
X
Negative 3.
negative 3.
Right? Is negative 3. And what's y? The coefficient before y is 4.
4.
Which means the slope, it will be equal how many?
3 over 4.
Slope equal 3 over 4. Direct. Exactly. The slope, it will be equal negative 3 over 4. Then in this question, as you can see now, we have 4 types to calculate the slope. Then 1, 2, and this is from the order pair, and this is the standard form. And also we have to note that in case if we have two parallel lines, so what is the relation between the slopes? Two parallel lines, what is the relation between the slopes?
they are equal.
They are
They
equal.
are equal.
Equal.
Very good. So which means M1 should be equal
And
Equal
M2.
M2.
Okay. What about if you have two perpendicular
Product of M1 and M2.
M1 minus M2 equal negative
Product of
1.
M1 و M2 equal negative 1.
M1 multiply, which means the product of M1 and M2 should be equal negative 1.
Negative 1.
What about if you want to find, if I will give you a question, M1 equal 2 over 5. And they are, the two lines, they are perpendicular. How we will find the second slope? How we can find the second slope? If M1 equal 2 over 5, and they are perpendicular, then
by reciprocal and change the sign.
exactly. So
Oh,
we
negative 1 divide 2 over 5.
Thank you so much. Amazing. So you have two different methods to calculate the slope if they are perpendicular. First, we can find the reciprocal. Then this one was 2 over 5. So I'm going to find the reciprocal. And the reciprocal, the same meaning for what? For what? Huh? For multiplicative inverse, which means you have to flip. You have to switch. So it was 2 over 5. It becomes 5 over 2. And then you will change the sign. If the first one was positive, so the second one should be negative. Then now the answer it will be negative 5 over 2. Then why we have to know the relation between the two slopes in case if the two lines are parallel or the two lines are perpendicular? Because once we are going to move to the next point, which we want to solve the question, which related to how we can find a new equation parallel or perpendicular to another equation. Then we will start to with another question. Let us move to this question. For example, I want to solve. The line has a slope 3 and passes through the point 4 and negative 1. How we are going to write the equation in this question? We are looking for equation in slope-intercept form and we want to solve. Then, first you have to write the general form, y equal mx plus b. Is there anyone can tell me where is the slope in this question?
M.
M, which is equal how many?
3.
3.
3.
3, yes. So we have 3x plus b. Now, the next part, we are looking for the value of b. And already he gave us here a point. So we have to substitute. This is x1 and this is y1. Then I will use now, this is x1, or this is x and this is y. Okay, then I'll back here. And I'm going to write y equal 3. No, sorry, we have to replace then the value of y equal how many? The value of y
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So we have negative 1 equal 3. And then we have the equation 4 plus b, right? Then now we have negative 1 equal 12 plus b. So we have to transfer 12. So it will become negative 12 minus 1 equal b, which means b equal how many?
Y equals 3x minus 13.
Yes, thank you. So Sama, she found the value of y-intercept. So the equation now, it will be equal y, because we found already the value of the slope and the value of the y-intercept. Then y equal 3x minus 13. Okay, so this is the first, to answer a question in case if he will give us a slope and a point. Okay, another question. We want the equation for a line is parallel to this line. So we are looking for a slope of equation parallel to this line. Is there anyone want to start to solve?
Can I answer?
Is there anyone, please, if you can answer, raise your hand. I want to know the skill in which they are participating already with us. So I have Ritaj, Sama, Janna Gouda. Who else? Jana. Where is Adham? Where is Abdullah? Where is Abdurrahman Abu Talib? Where is Dubulina? Hana Hani, Hana. You can't answer this question? Okay, I'm going to choose another one, which they are raising their hands. Yes, Kresh, go on. Kresh, how you will find the slope in this case? Crash. How you will find the slope in this case? It will be how many? Did you remember the 4 methods which I
We can make no.
Yes, please. It will be how many directly? The slope will be
Directly
many.
it will be 3.
Sorry?
3.
See, it's not a choice.
3.
3. How did you find it?
I made 6 divided by 2.
No. We said if you want to calculate the slope, so it will be negative a over b, which means negative coefficient of x, which it was 2, over the coefficient of y, which is x. Then the answer, it will be negative 1 over 3. Okay, so this is the slope of M. He said that they are parallel. Parallel means M1, we have to write to yourself to remind yourself that they are parallel, right? So parallel means that M1 should be equal M2, which means the slope which we can use it in the second equation, it will be y equal negative 1 over 3 x plus b. How we are going to find the value of b now? How we are going to find the value of b?
We will replace x and y.
We have to find the value of b, or we have to find the value of b, or we can use any equation with any y-intercept. This line is parallel to the line. Give me another line parallel to this line. So it is necessary to write at the y-intercept, or we can choose anyone. Huh? We can choose anyone, because here he said only the condition to be parallel. Only to be parallel. So I can write 5, I can write 6, I can write any number. He didn't mention any condition. He didn't say pass through a point. So this question, he said a line parallel to this equation. So our target to find only the slope, and then we can use it in the second equation, and we will not choose the specific y-intercept. Before the end of the meeting, I want to explain another equation belong to the perpendicular. So in this one, with perpendicular, he said the perpendicular to this line. So the slope equal how many directly, grade 9? Negative a over b, right? So it should be negative a over b, negative 5 over negative 2. It will be 5 over 2. So the slope, they are perpendicular. Then we will find M2. M2, you will find the reciprocal. So it will be negative 2 over 5. And this is what we have to care about it. So the equation, it will be y equal negative 2 over 5x plus any number, because he didn't mention any, he